I'm now joined by Dan Kriel, a center for the Seattle Seawolves out of Cape Town, South Africa. He's been with the Seawolves since 2022. Thanks for coming in and talking to us for a bit.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. Awesome to be here.
Yeah, let's start off with your sweatshirt. Happy Bundles, an organization that you helped create with your wife. Can you tell me the story behind it and how it's grown?
Yeah, sure. My wife was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2021, sort of right in the middle of COVID. So she started a treatment, and the first thing we noticed was all of the children that were receiving treatment. And she received a package when she was in hospital after her double mastectomy. And she just said, you know, the amount of joy and happiness she felt as an adult going through this was pretty special. So straight after that, we decided to, you know, help these kids that are going through probably the toughest battle in their life. And that's where Happy Bundles was created. So yeah, we send huge bundles out to kids all over the world, and pretty happy doing it.
Wow. So how does that connection work? How do you find out about kids who need it, or is it just certain organizations you work with?
So there's organizations that we work with, and then a lot of it goes through social media. Parents or family members will reach out to us, and we try and sort of tailor these bundles, you know, for the kid, the toys that they like as best as we can, but mostly through social media and just word of mouth.
And how do you accept donations? What's the best website for fans to go to?
So we've got a website and social media pages on Facebook and Instagram, and you can follow us at Happy Bundles, and then our website is happybundles.org.
And how is your wife doing?
She's great. She's in remission now.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's a superhero.
Yeah, I can imagine. How did that change who you are, too, going through that and being a rock for her, but also seeing her be so incredibly strong?
It was a really tough challenge at the time, more for her sake, but it's grown us closer together, and you just, you know, sort of have a new appreciation of life, and every day you wake up. So just grateful to have her here with me. And
you have 2 children?
2 kids, that's right.
Pretty unique birth dates.
Yeah, both on the same day, born on 17th of December. Our daughter was born first in 2016, and then our son was born 2 years later, 17th of December 2018. So
incredible clockwork.
Yeah, pretty cool. I don't know how it worked, but
yeah, I'm sure. And spending time with them, a boy and a girl, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, so spending time with them outside of rugby, what is the most likely thing that we'll see your family doing?
Mostly in the off-season when the weather's a bit better, we really enjoy camping, getting out to Eastern Washington. Lake Chelan's one of our favorite places, so just a lot of traveling, and we're trying to see as much of the States as we can. We love being here. America's an awesome country, so just grateful to be here.
What else do you love about the Pacific Northwest and maybe Seattle in particular?
I think it's just a super beautiful and scenic places. You know, you got beautiful rivers and lakes, you got beautiful forests, so it's awesome. And it's just the community as well. You've got, you know, a lot of people that have helped out and reached out to my wife and myself with the foundation, so it's a pretty special community.
Good. And tell me about your hometown and when you started playing rugby and just how you grew love for it.
So I grew up in Cape Town, moved from Cape Town to a small town, little farming town, pretty much across the country called Underberg. A friend of ours at the school, his dad coached rugby and got us involved at about 6 or 7 years old. And yeah, my brother and myself found a passion for it, and we just pursued after that.
And you actually met some current Seawolves in your junior career, I mean, with the Blue Bulls, right?
Yeah, quite a few. There's probably about 8 of us together again after all these years being apart, so it's pretty special.
Yeah, any fun stories, things you can air out about them, funny
I don't have any fun, no, not at the top of my head.
That's totally fine. But is it helpful to have some of those guys? I know you met your wife in South Africa too, and she came over here with you, but having a lot of those teammates that you knew coming to a foreign country and establishing yourself? It
has been, you know, when you come out to a foreign country, you don't really have family, you don't have, you know, grannies and grandpas and aunties and uncles to help out, so it's pretty special having a community like the South African one here.
Yeah. Is there anything else outside of Happy Bundles that fans may not know about you, outside of rugby and everything else you're handling?
I'm a twin, Jesse, and he plays for the Springboks international side for South Africa, and he's currently residing in Japan, playing professional rugby there in Tokyo.
Wow. When was the last time you saw it?
Probably over 4 years ago.
And completely identical? Like, do you?
No, not identical.
Okay.
No.
Like fraternal then?
Yeah, fraternal.
Okay, so there's no funny mix-up stories when you're kids?
No.
What was it like growing up with a twin? Is the same age as you and going through all the things that you went through?
It was pretty cool. You know, we played all of our rugby together. We signed our first professional contracts together. We played our first professional games together, so it's been pretty cool. He's a great guy and a great twin to have. He's a great uncle to my 2 kids, so just grateful for him.
Yeah, very cool. Are you cool with playing a game of this or that?
Okay.
Yeah, we played this with your teammate as well. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Really?
Yep.
What time of the day do you generally wake up at?
Generally 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Are you a pretty strong routine guy?
Yep.
What's your day like?
Wake up at 5, help get kids stuff ready for school, and then probably leave home around 6:30 for training. And yeah, I have a training day schedule set out, and then back home. If it's early enough, fetch kids from school, and then back home.
Even in the off season, you're still waking up at 5 a.m.
We had a coach when I grew up, and he always said, when you rest, you rust, and it sort of just stuck with me. So yeah, wake up at 5, go to gym, get training out the way, and yeah.
Do you train by yourself, or are you kind of like pushing
In
yourself?
the off season, I do, because a lot of the players go home, or to the countries that they live in. So generally by myself. Yeah.
How do you push yourself weight-wise, and like because it's kind of hard to do it by yourself? But is that something you're?
So generally in the off season, it's trying to get your body right for the season, the following season that's waiting for you. So generally only maybe 3-4 months before the season starts, that's when we start.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, and just dive right in.
Yeah.
Are you a phone call guy or a text guy?
Phone call.
Phone call.
Phone call.
Okay, interesting. Duncan Matthews said text because
Yeah.
he's a multitasker.
No, he is. Yeah. Duncan's he's a great guy. He's an interesting character.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on and loves.
Yeah.
This seems like computer science
Yes, yeah.
and with law, all those things. Coffee or tea?
Tea guy.
Tea guy.
Yeah.
What kind?
Rooibos tea. It's
Awesome.
big in South Africa. I'm not too sure if you know it.
I do. It's
Okay.
non-caffeinated, right?
No
Oh,
caffeine.
it is. Yeah, non-caffeinated.
Yeah, non-caffeine.
Okay. Sit down at a restaurant or delivery?
Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Yeah.
You like to
I
take
do
it.
that. I think especially, like I mentioned, we don't have much family here, so when my wife and myself get time to go out for date night, it's pretty special. Doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's cool.
Yeah. Favorite cheat meal?
Ooh. Probably a South African braai.
Ooh, explain that.
So I guess it's similar to a barbecue, but it's just over coals. So it's like a toasted sandwich on the braai. It's chutney, onion, tomato, cheese, and yeah, everyone in America seems to really like them.
Yeah, and are they hard to find, or do you make them at home?
It's just the chutney that's from South Africa, so that can be a challenge. But when we do go back to South Africa, friends that come over, they generally bring quite a bit.
Is chutney comparable to Vegemite in Australia?
No.
Totally different?
Totally different.
What's chutney
I
like?
don't know, it's like a fruit-based, sort of sauce.
Okay.
It's difficult to explain. We'll have to bring some in.
Yeah, you'll have to, and then
We'll
we'll
have to bring
do a
some in.
taste test. Are you a fan of Vegemite?
Yeah.
You are?
We've got Bovril and Marmot in South Africa, so yeah, similar to that.
Okay. Curious what got you started in rugby?
I just think in South Africa it's such a big game. I guess it's like football in America or baseball here. So from a young age, you at break time at school or recess, you throwing the rugby ball around with your friends, and there's just a lot of opportunity to do well there. There's a lot of platforms for youngsters to play. So from a young age, just really got involved and loved it from the beginning.
Do you remember a specific moment that really made you fall in love with it when you made a certain team or connection with
No,
friends?
not really a specific moment, but I just think it's the team environment that you're sort of in the whole time. I think that's really an attractive thing to be a part of.
How do you connect with Alan Clark, your coach?
He's a great guy. He's the reason why we got out to the States, and he's been dynamic. Him and the Seawolves have been incredible to my family and myself, and I've got a lot of respect for him.
I'm putting you on the spot again, but any good stories with
Clarky?
Alan Clark? Yeah.
I do, but probably not for camera. I want to keep my job.
Save that for later. There you go. I'm just curious how important it is to be connected to the community for you, especially through Happy Bundles, in a place, again, in a foreign country. It probably feels more like home now.
Yeah, it definitely does feel like home, and we call Seattle home now, but it's been incredible. My wife and myself had a really good sort of base and network in South Africa, and then coming to the States and even thinking of starting up Happy Bundles was a pretty frightening thought. And we've met some really incredible people that have sort of put us in the right channels and right places for Happy Bundle to grow. So just super grateful.
Yeah, and then is there anything this season that you guys really want to accomplish? Especially you made it to the MLR Championship last year. This season.
I think this year they've done a really good job with recruiting. We fell short last year, obviously in the championship, and in 22 again. So probably to go all the way this year and bring the Shield back to Seattle, that's definitely the cherry on the top. So
yeah, would love to see it. Well, Dan Kriel, thank you so much for taking the time. And check out Happy Bundles online on Facebook. pretty much wherever you can find social media. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.